I'll be honest, I'm a little nervous. I haven't done one of these in probably like half a year. It's definitely weird to be back. Not really though. I feel like it's kind of normal at this point. Um, but with that being said, I wanted to welcome you to the greatest experience. So like I said, it's definitely been a long time and I'm slowly getting back into things, and I just want to say thank you for your patience and thank you for watching today. I feel like there's a lot of things that are happening all around the world, and it's kind of weird because I feel like the media says one thing, but the reality that we're living in says another. I feel like, the society tries to paint this picture, but we are the observers and we are the ones who get to say how the picture looks like and how it makes us feel. And I, I notice that sometimes it feels like um, things are kind of scary. It sometimes I feel really heavy and I feel the weight of the world, and sometimes life fucking sucks. And sometimes I just feel like shit. And I I've noticed more recently that I sometimes it feels like the pain that I'm feeling isn't mine. I've been aware that the pain that I'm feeling is the pain of the collective. Like it's everyone's pain. It's stuff that everyone's going through. And it's kind of weird to think that the pain that we're feeling isn't ours. It's everyone else's, but we have the opportunity to feel and to process what isn't really easy to be processed through or by, I guess. It's like everyone else isn't processing these emotions, but there's certain people who can, and we're the ones who are. And it's definitely a very unique but also a blessing and an honor to think that we are the ones who have the capability to process what the rest of humanity isn't. So in that sense, I applaud you, just for the sake that, I guess, for having the ability to do that, and for having the courage just to be who you are and to be more open to love. Um, that itself is fucking crazy. Just to think that you're just here. Um, but with that note, I just wanted to again to say thank you, and for thank you for being okay with me being a mess. I feel like that's the nice thing about friendships and relationships is that we allow ourselves and our friends space to be messes, for us to look like shit from time to time. But it's the friendship that really matters, and I just want to thank you just for being here. Um, I have noticed that there's different parts of, I don't know, life. Like sometimes, like for example, I was saying that I was feeling like shit earlier, but then other times I feel really good. And I'm learning to distinguish the difference between what that shitty feeling is like and then processing that and then feeling gratitude, for example. And I was having this discussion with my other friend, and we were talking about space and how all of us, we just need space just for us to be, because when we were growing up we didn't have anyone to have that space held for us. And now, as we're becoming more mature and aware adults, we're able to hold that space within ourselves. And the space that we're holding within ourselves is the exact same space that you need to be held for you. And this is going to be that space where you can have that, where you can just process and be aware of your feelings. And that's the whole thing that we're doing here is we're just being aware of, whatever we're feeling. And I think that's a nice part about friends and being in a safe space is that we can provide that space and that presence for one another, that which is what we're doing right now. And it's just through moments like these that you and we get to have that really catapults us, I guess, or it gives us the opportunity to provide the same presence that we're able to feel right now in the moment, and provide that same healing frequency to every single person out there who's looking and yearning for this presence, just for them to feel, and just for us to feel safe. And we have the opportunity to do that. I feel like in the beginning, feeling this space or feeling presence was weird because I didn't really know what feeling present was. And now I understand what it means. Feeling, being present, it's so fucking simple. It's like, it's kind of like duh type of shit. You're just here. You're feeling your feelings. You're feeling the dis-ease. You're feeling your pain. You're feeling the tiredness, the achiness of your body. You are feeling the shit. You're feeling good. You're feeling happy. You're feeling everything in between. Just feeling that's being present, because that's real. I I remember when I first started my spiritual awakening journey, I had no idea what the fuck was going on. I was receiving so much information. I was receiving so much fucking information that I was talking with my friend at the gym earlier that my third eye was opening much quicker than my body could hold. So my like everything up here was like lighting up super fucking quickly, but I had no place where to ground it. And I just want to recommend to you, like, this is what I recommend first, is to feel. Just by you feeling how you feel, feeling the pain and feeling the discomfort. Here, hold on. Actually, no. I'm gonna continue on with the sentence, and then I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do after. Um, Feeling this space and feeling the unease. That's where this energy that's floating around can ground. This energy grounds where you are, where your pain is, in the discomfort that we're feeling, and the anxiety that we have, and the guilt that we feel, and the shame that we believe. It's in that feeling where this presence and this energy can be. And that's you. You are the energy. But when you're lost in your thoughts, that energy is going off everywhere. But when you're feeling your feelings, and you feel like shit, and you feel tired, and you feel anxious, when you just feel it, that's where you are grounding your energy into your being, which is you. How you feel is how you feel, and how you feel is what is real. Your anxiety is real. Your impatience is real. Your fear is real. How you feel is real. Your jealousy, envy, whatever it is, your discomfort, that's real. Feel it. It's nothing to be afraid of. How we grew up, we kind of grew up resisting emotions, because that's what we learned from our parents, who didn't know how to process emotions. But now, with the amount of awareness that we have, we're able to finally fucking process this intense shit. But we can only process it in the moment. We can only process it right now. And that's what we're doing. So I just want you to hold on for a second, because it's kind of not necessarily ghetto, but I have a mirror behind my phone to show me the phone recording me, like to show me the mirror, because right now it's the back facing camera videotaping me, and I just needed to make sure that it was actually recording. So I have a mirror reflecting the phone. So genius, but I just needed to make sure that it was still recording. Whenever I don't have my glasses on, I can't really see. But whenever I have my glasses off, it's gonna rhyme. It's more natural for me. um, but yeah, so from here till the end of the video, I'm gonna be checking from time to time just to make sure that it's still recording. But going back to what we were saying, what we were talking about is just feeling, right, and processing, and just being aware of how we're feeling. And it just starts with feeling something, right? Like if you feel impatient, if you feel fear in the moment, wherever you're at, just feel it. Like whatever you're feeling right now, just feel it. Just pay attention to how you feel. And for me personally, on my side, I had to take a deep breath. You have to, well, we have to allow ourselves space to feel uncomfortable. I felt like for a long time, I didn't allow myself to breathe because I used to think that breathing was like a competition, like, oh, I can breathe more than you type of shit. And now I'm remembering that when I was a baby, when I was an infant, I would always breathe throughout my tummy. So if you're open to it, I just want to take a couple of deep breaths. And nothing too crazy. It could just be like when I was breathing out, I felt like a booger was gonna shoot out of my nose. Ah. Uh, so yeah, I've noticed that that's been happening more often, where I just feel like I'm breathing out, and I'm like, oh, the booger's about to shoot out. Fuck it, it's gonna go all over this mic, and that's okay. My phone died, and it was perfect because it gave me an opportunity for me to first charge my phone. But my friend was here and we're doing work downstairs, so it was nice because I got to spend some time with him. And then yeah, we went to have tacos together. It's Taco Tuesday at Bomb Burritos. And we had some tacos. They were good. And we were playing Uno. And when we were playing Uno, I said, whoever loses has to have a shot of the hottest salsa or whatever it was there. So it was pickled onions and habaneros. And guess who won twice? It wasn't me. I lost both times and I took a fat L. It was so fucking hot. It was atrocious. It wasn't. It was painful. I was like, I want to go home because I want to eat some ice cream. I got home and I had some ice cream. Now I'm like, yeah, let's finish the rest of this podcast. Um, Jeez, what were we talking about? Do you remember what we were talking about? Because honestly, I totally kind of forgot. But I know it has something to do with feelings and being present, right? Isn't that what this is all about? Um, I um I was sharing with my friend. His name is Justin. One of the things that something that I really appreciate about him is that him and we both have a very high frequency. Like we both understand that everything here it's kind of like an old, outdated system that we were born into, but the consciousness that we are is completely different. It's like, for example, like you and me, like who we were before this world tainted who we are is who we were, right? So we were these pure, beautiful, sweet, innocent beings that just loved, just love and just enjoy and have the freedom just to create and express. And we grew up, kind of having these false identities. Um, what's the word called? Oh, we had a lot of false narratives projected onto us. And we believed for such a long time that we were these negative projections. For example, like maybe your mama always said that, oh, he's so shy, or oh, she's so shy. That's a fucking tongue twister. She's so shy. She's so shy. She's shy. Exactly that. Yeah. And all these different ideas, it's like we believed we were these things. Like let's say you're a male, you're of this heritage, you're born to be something good or bad, right? And we have all these projections from society trying to tell us who we are, but that's not true. That's just society. Society is not who we are. We get to decide who we are. We're special. We're unique. We get to decide who we want to be. And what's nice is that as we mature, we have the awareness to process all of those negative beliefs that are associated with feelings, and we're able to process those feelings and those negative beliefs, and we're able to change them. And the more that we do that, the more that we're able to readjust or reprogram who we are. So we get to be different. We're not who we were, or we're not who we are. We can be something totally different. And that's the nice part about the work that we're doing, is we're opening up to something different. And that's what life is about. You get to decide what you want. You get to decide the life that you want to live. No one tells you how life is. Don't listen to anyone. You decide what you want. I decide the reality that I want to live in, and I'm going to make my own reality. If I want to make everything beautiful, happy butterflies with a little bit of sadness just for some spice, I can, right? I can make my reality however I want it to be. But for me, what I personally have done is, here, excuse me, I might need to burp. So, what was I? I'm trying not to burp like in front of your face because that would be kind of rude, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Um, I realized that when I was feeling and processing my feelings, that is real. How you feel is what's real, right? Going back to what we were discussing earlier. And when you create space in that feeling, you're giving yourself access to a completely different experience, because that experience that used to be anger, for example, anger's right here, right? It's this feeling that's like, let's say this, right? This is anger, for example. And you brought your presence into anger. By you feeling anger, what you're doing is you're unraveling anger. You're stretching the fabric of anger. And when you stretch the fabric, there's more light that pierces through until the fabric rips. And the only thing that's left is light, energy, presence, and infinite potential. Every single emotion that I've ever felt has worked the exact same way. Whether it was fear, guilt, shame, greed, disgust, lust, anxiety, whatever feeling it was, all of them work the exact same way. It's just a The word is specifically coagulation. It's when things coagulate or when they come together. But it's like you're, by you holding your presence on the specific feeling, what you're doing is you're stretching the fabric apart. And the more that you stretch something, the more that light is able to be seen through the fabric. It's like when you're stretching like a shirt, and you're going like this and you're getting closer to it, you can see light through the fabric. It's the same exact thing. And then the more that you're stretching the fabric of this feeling, the more lights, the more that the light is piercing through, and the more that you're able to change the experience because it's no longer just anger anymore. Now it has an infinite potential to be anything else. So when I felt a lot of my anger or a lot of my shadow, I just felt it. I felt it and I just held on to the feeling. And typically a lot of the feelings have a lot of pain behind them, right? Like fear is something intense. Like you know that fear is like really scary, right? But it's not going to kill you. If you just lean into your fear, what you're afraid of the most, you'll be okay. And it's in that space where you're incredibly vulnerable and you need to be present with your body just to remind your nervous system that you are safe. That's what's important, especially in times as critical as those, because your body recorded and stored as a subconscious memory that this thing is scary. So now right now, we have an opportunity to reprogram this specific fear. But in order to reprogram it, it also requires us to face it and to feel it. Because energy needs to be moved. And energy is just a feeling. So when you're allowing these energy parts in our body, like our chakras, that store memory, and our nervous system that stores memory, and you allow these sectors in your body that stored the memory to be felt and to move, that's where the space is created for a new feeling to come in. And after the space is made, that's when I get to bring in gratitude. So right now, I'm going to just feel gratitude. And I'm just going to see what that feels like for me. I want to feel, right, that bright shininess inside my being. I want to feel that. And I want to have that be my main experience. And I'm going to do that because that's more of a reflection of who I want to be and who I feel I am. See, so in that, I'm not angry anymore. I now am grateful. So I reprogrammed my nervous system to no longer be angry. Now it is much more grateful than angry. And the next time that I do feel anger, because there's another part of my body that might store that memory, I will allow myself the space, the presence to feel it. And after I have allowed the space to be felt, the discomfort to be felt, and I breathe into that feeling, you're channeling that energy. And if anger or fear is negative, your presence is the positive. You're changing the polarity of the negative experience, and you're making a negative experience something positive. And now you can create gratitude, for example. And for me, that's what was easiest, and it's more of a reflection of the state of being I would like to live in. And I feel that as often as I can is gratitude. And when I bring gratitude into everything, every single experience that I have, everything that I'm doing is always part of this experience. I'm just grateful just to do whatever I'm doing and to talk whoever I'm talking with because it's specifically me, it's my own experience, and I get to enjoy my own experience and everything and everyone that's in it, and because you're a part of my experience. and I just get to love you and enjoy you as a being, just you, because you're the most important thing in my world right now. Just you. Nothing else matters. It's just the relationship that we get to have right now here in the moment. That's what's important. Is right now we're creating space together as friends and as family for us to remember the power that we are at our core and in our being. And we have an opportunity to experience that together. So I do want to say thank you again for allowing yourself space to be here with me. I am very grateful that, you know, everything is working out the way that it is and that you're here. Again, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of The Greatest Experience. And honestly, that's what this is giving us, right, friends, an opportunity to experience this moment. And I'm using words to convey a message that you get to personally experience in your own life. The experience that I'm talking about is the present moment, right? It's the greatest experience that just expands, and we get to make anything that we want in as the experience that we're creating. And sometimes we need to go through pain in order to feel love. Sometimes, honestly, that's the only way that it works, especially in the way that we grew up in. We need to feel and process our pain in order to make an adjustment into something that's going to happen in the future, which is the experience of opening up into love. So, thank you again, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you.